a playlist original.
Hey, what's up? It's your host, Torry, and who is ready to be petty? Welcome back to another episode of RTBP. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're doing well. I had a nice week. Last weekend was my mom's birthday, and my family and I went for a drive through the area that Harry and Meghan lived in. It was so funny listening to Celebrity Memoir Book Club, and even when I watched the Harry and Meghan doc and, heard the excerpts from Spare, because I haven't read it yet, and honestly, I'm a little fatigued, so I don't think I will. I think I've got the main gist. When they're talking about moving to Canada, they moved to right where I lived. So it was funny on the pod, Ashley and Claire were like, yeah, this like remote island in Canada. I was like, it's the biggest fucking island. It's the biggest island in Canada. It's way bigger than like, shit like Manhattan or whatever, obviously. So anyways, we went on a drive and walk through the area that they lived in. So I pointed out where they used to take their dogs and where they used to get like groceries and snacks and stuff like that. And I was just as bad as the paparazzi that, found them there. But it was super fun. And I finally, after 2 fucking years, made it to TikTok. So go follow me on there. I didn't remember this, but I had made a video in June 2021, so almost 2 years ago, about a depression haul, which is when you are super depressed and you don't want to do anything, but you have the capacity to go to like a HomeSense or a Winners or a Home Goods or like, I'm trying to think of some American equivalents, like a World Market or whatever. I would go to Target if we had it, Avi, but it's where you go and you're just like, hey, I have an unlimited budget, but you don't spend a lot. I probably spent like $60 or something like that, but you just buy things that you would not normally buy, but because you're depressed, you just buy them. And you put on a podcast or music, you wear your sweatpants and you go and you just buy. Usually it's like, one activity to do. This one was like a puzzle. One thing to eat. I got like cookie dough that you could eat. And then just like one decor piece, like a little dish or something. And then something like beauty, like a mask. I got a hair mask, but like some type of beauty object, or beauty item. Yeah, you just do this, for like an hour and you're like, okay, it was, 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. and I hadn't left my bed, but I can't say I didn't do anything. I went on a trip to HomeSense and got a depression haul. And yeah, so I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just post this. I remember I fucked up the closed captionings and literally gave up until January 2023, but I figured it out and I did it. And then I uploaded one on Dirty Soda. I love how I'm telling you what I've uploaded. Like, I know, like, such a fucking millennial. I know the point on TikTok is you just like basically shitpost, and like I'm literally detailing everything I'm posting, but like I'm gonna film a bunch more tomorrow. So hopefully if you are looking right now, listening to this podcast and checking out my account page, like feed, I don't know, you'll see like a bunch of videos, but I'm just getting into the swing of things. It's really hard to put yourself out there. And actually, Kelsey and I talk about this real brief at the start of the episode, just because we were talking about it prior to recording. But I don't know, we were talking about just like how it's a little cringe and you just have to like get over yourself, and that we admire all of the girly pops who are like filming themselves and then like walking down the street or whatever, and then like running back to like get their phone or whatever. So, but it's like so funny. I will say it is like just trying stuff out. Like I was trying for the first time the Trader Joe's soup dumplings. I was like, oh, I'll make a TikTok about this. And then like I filmed myself putting it in the microwave for like 2 seconds, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is so dumb, or like looks so bad, or like whatever. So I don't know, shout out to all you TikTokers out there. And then I just wanted to say also, I'm so enjoying like the cleanup / chore / task TikTok where it's like, oh, come do some returns with me, or like come clean out my closet, or, you know, like a night after work with me or whatever. And it's like them going to the gym and like making dinner. Why do I like those? Like, what does that say about me that I like that content? Is it because I feel productive like watching them, but I'm like not doing any of it? Is it that I get ideas, things to do? Like, it's just so fucking weird. Let's for a second talk about Chrissy and John's new baby girl, SD, just because it's a little follow-up from a previous episode that I did on Patreon and then released as a bonus on my public feed with Sophie Keem of Nameberry, who is a naming consultant to the celebs. She had guests on the pod, Esme, Evie, or Junie, which I actually love all of these names, all 4 of them. Very, very close, but they named their baby SD, so I'm stoked for them. What's going on the Patreon this week? We have an interview with Goldie Meldowski, who is the author of Lord of the Fly Fest, which is a book we just book clubbed on the pod. Our next book, or on the Patreon, our next book is going to be I'll Be You by Janelle Brown. We found a free version, like in a not a sketch way, that I posted on the Patreon. So if you are looking for, you know, a group to read a mystery novel with a little bit of a celeb twist, they're celeb child actors, head over to patreon.com/RTBP podcast and join the Patreon. But I knew everyone in the Patreon didn't read the book, so I also covered some additional pop culture stories that I couldn't fit into the episode, like Austin Butler's Oscar nom, Justin Bieber selling his music, Tyler and Alex from selling the OC in Dubai, and Paris Hilton's baby. So you can find all of that over on patreon.com/RTBP podcast. Next week's episode is with Sophie Strauss. She was on a few months ago talking about like Queer Eye and what not to wear and Fashion Police. Because she's a stylist for regular people, we're going to talk about fashion house controversies. So like Balenciaga and Dolce & Gabbana and Karl Lagerfeld. There's so much news about that lately. Like Beyonce was wearing Dolce & Gabbana to her Dubai show, and Karl Lagerfeld is the theme for the upcoming Met Gala. So I feel like there's going to be lots to talk about. And then after that, I'm going to have Sophie James from Unpaid Emotional Labor on here. We are doing a Summer House discuss about all of the seasons of Summer House in preparation for the new season. So I'm so freaking excited to just do a absolute deep dive on all the characters in Summer House. Finally, I would like to shout out Leah and Claire, our 2 patrons this week. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. I am ever so grateful, and I want people to know that they can always reach out to me on Patreon. Well, not just Patreon, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and chat about this stuff. Anything that I share, any celeb story that I cover. I love getting your takes on it and, you know, hearing what you're up to and what's resonating with you. But Leah and Claire, I want to say thank you so much for making all my dreams come true and being an official Petty Betty. Last thing, thank you so much for all of the reviews. I know I said this on the pod and then I posted it on my Insta, but it is one of my 2023 goals to reach 200 reviews. And honestly, each week now, so it's been like 2 weeks, they are like pouring in. I'm getting like 5 a week, and I get them on Monday morning to my inbox, and it's literally the best thing to start a Monday morning with. I just appreciate it so much. I'm really grateful, and I really feel privileged that people take me on, you know, to like take me on a walk or a gym sesh or to clean up their house or to pass the time at work or like whatever. Like seriously, I know how many great podcasts there are out there. I know how much good music, movies, TV, like all of that. For you to choose, to spend an hour with me is something really special and something I don't take for granted or take lightly. So I just want to say, mwah, thank you so much. Okay, friends, let's get to today's show. It's a super, super fun episode. We were laughing so freaking hard, but I am joined by Kelsey from Why You So Obsessed. So without further ado, here's my conversation with Kelsey. I'm back with a very special guest, Kelsey from Why You So Obsessed. Kelsey, how are you?
Hi, good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks for coming on. I'm excited to chat. We've just been talking all about TikTok and content creation and, the podcasting world. So it's nice to, I don't know. It's nice to meet people in this world that sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about this and I'm the only one that's like worried I'm like not doing enough or like putting myself out there enough or whatever. And it's just nice to talk to other people that, are thinking the same things.
Yeah. And I think we already are putting ourselves out there by sharing our thoughts on a podcast and everything. So I think we have to give ourselves kudos for that. And then whenever I'm scared of a bad review or someone saying something mean about me, I just try to remember they couldn't do what we do, if they're saying something mean, just know they couldn't do what you do. They couldn't say their thoughts and their feelings and everything like that. So just try to keep that in mind when we're trying to put ourselves out there and make video content.
Yes. Oh, that's a really good point. So you are one of the co-hosts of Why You So Obsessed. Tell us a little bit about you and your podcast.
Yeah. So me and my podcast host, Evan, started it in COVID, which I think a lot of people started podcasts in COVID as something kind of fun to do. And we started out talking about Bachelor, but I don't know about you. I don't watch The Bachelor anymore. I just can't do it. Yeah. I mean, there was tons of content yesterday because it was the first episode of the new season.
Yes,
but I think I saw you posting this too. The body diversity thing is so frustrating. The Bachelor always looks exactly the same. It's just the same old. I just can't do it anymore. But we did start out originally talking about Bachelor and celeb gossip, and then we kind of moved on to just celeb gossip and other kind of reality TV shows. Yeah, and then personal stories and stuff about relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love integrating because I feel like celebrities can tell us a lot about and pop culture about ourselves, or we learn things that we take into our relationships and friendships and stuff like that. So yeah. I like the meeting in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. It's sometimes hard to when you're talking about stuff, you're just so you guys know, I'm not an expert. This is just my experience. Or don't listen to me. But...
Yeah, literally. I feel that too. Or some of these facts, I'm I did light research.
Yeah,
but
I don't really yeah, totally.
It's anecdotal, yeah. So funny. So we're going to jump into really the latest pop culture news. I'm so excited to talk about these things. I feel like it's been a good week in pop culture.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about Selena Gomez's new boyfriend, Shakira's, I was saying divorce. I kept saying divorce, but apparently they weren't ever married. So I guess just separation from her long-term partner, Gerard Piqué.
Oh.
And then Aire Webster.
Aire, yeah, because I kept saying Airy, so Aire.
Same.
Billionaire. Aire, yeah.
Billionaire. And then Joey King and some alleged cheating rumors. And then we're going to nominate a Pettyweight Champion of the Week and then share our This Week in Petty. So Selena Gomez, this has been an up and down roller coaster because there was rumors about her and Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers dating. Mm-hmm. And then she was no, I'm single. And then all of these pictures came out of them making out and holding hands this weekend. So do you think they are actually dating?
So I just want to start off by saying I'm such a big Selena Gomez fan, and I think
me too.
And I think what she's doing is very confusing, but I think that Selena is confusing to us because she definitely doesn't play by regular celeb playbook. She just does what she feels and goes with it. I originally was why would she post that story? Because we saw them holding hands, we saw them kissing, and then at bowling, and then people were saying, well, this is kind of when she did the single with Zayd, and it was kind of the same thing.
Yes.
But I don't remember her ever like making out with Zayd or like holding hands with him or anything. Was she?
No, she wasn't. Because I remember they went out for dinner and were like paparazzi'd there. But then I remember, was it in My Mind and Me or some interview? She was like, yeah, I like went out with that like cute little boy, but like we weren't obviously like, they didn't even record the song together. I think they did separate tracks in like different studios or something. So it was all just for the hype of the song.
Right. But I don't really like when people are like, this looks like a couple pop culture pages that I follow said like, this looks so uncomfortable. This looks like PR to me. This is so fake. But like, does Selena really need PR? Like, I just feel like she hates being famous. She's like, doesn't like being famous. So I just like, don't really see her doing it as like a PR move. But then people were saying that the I Am single is a new song and that's what the song's going to be called, or the song's going to be called I Am or something like that.
Oh yeah, like the single is
the single.
Oh my god, people are so creative. That's so funny. Or like such a stretch if that's not the case at all.
I know. Why is she posting I like to be alone too much? And like it looked like him in the photo, did it not? Like I know it was just head, but like I was like, who is that?
Yeah. She did say she was gonna drop new music this year, and I feel like the Chainsmokers, they need a comeback. So like it makes sense that Drew would want to be spotted with Selena Gomez, but you're totally right. Like Selena with her documentary, she was nominated for a Golden Globe, which I thought was fucking huge for like a person of like, I don't think she's gotten like many accolades that are like good other than like, you know, like Teen Choice Awards or like stuff like that. Like I feel like in her peak, she has her show that got picked up for season 3 and Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep got added to the cast. Like she does not need this like raggedy ass boyfriend.
and Drew has dated, like he dated Chantel Jeffries for a while. Like I think they lived together. He's dated like under the radar type of girls. And then they recently, and then people were like, oh, like he's such a bad guy. I hope he treats her right. Like, and then they were just on Call Her Daddy saying that they like have threesomes with fans. And I was like, you guys, like Justin Bieber, any other celebrity, I'm sure was doing things like that. They just didn't openly say it on a podcast type of thing or whatever. But
totally.
I don't really know. That's kind of like all my thoughts on it. I don't really know what she's doing. And like, I don't see her doing it for, maybe she's just trying to have fun and she is single and she's just trying to have fun and date. Like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a weird thing for her to do for PR. Like, I don't really see that. But I always say that about couples, and then they're always like, there's so many that are PR couples that you wouldn't think would do it. Yeah,
totally. I think like the only thing that I could see, and I think that it was Shannon from Fluently Forward who said this first, is like, is Selena Gomez hurting for money because she's kind of working on these random projects like the chef show and stuff like that. So then she was like, maybe they actually are in a PR relationship because she is looking for like a paycheck. Like maybe it's that contractual, but I don't know. Like I also could just see her dating around, like you're saying.
But like she has to be making so much money from Rare Beauty. I think that's like one of their Sephora's most popular collaborations for sure.
Rare does so, again, Rare, her acting career and this docu, like she really does not need anything else. So yeah, that's a good point. I wonder how much she owns of Rare. Like, does she make a lot of money? Because I know that the brand is really popular, but I wonder.
That's a good question.
How much of it's hers?
I think the Morning Toast girls were talking about this. I think that I'm not sure how it works because that is like that's a Sephora brand, right? And they're so I'm not sure how that works, but I feel like maybe that's different from Fenty because I think like Fenty Beauty is really popular as well. Maybe I never thought about the money thing. I'd be shocked to know that she was hard up for money. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. We're just making up conspiracies here, but we'll see like where this relationship goes. Like if it is just kind of like a fling. Like Emily Ratajkowski has been seen with a bunch of guys throughout the fall and winter, just like on dates, holding hands, like whatever you do on dates. Like
And like, I'm
I don't
happy.
know, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm happy for her. Like, I want her to go out and have fun and like go date and make out with guys at bowling alley. It's like I was just like happy for her. I'm like, I'm like, I think Drew's hot. But it was weird about Eve Jobs. That was kind of weird.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. So he used to date Eve Jobs, which is literally the daughter of Steve Jobs.
I can't believe they named her Eve.
I know, it's so cringe. Like it's so cringe.
Yeah, and like she posted about him on New Year's and had recently posted them at the beach saying like my love, and then this all came out and she deleted her Instagram, and so like that also looks bad kind of like on Selena and him too. Like I don't know, that whole thing is kind of weird too, and if she was so upset, couldn't he just tell her like this is just for my music or whatever it was? Yeah. So that was kind of like an interesting side of it as well.
Yeah, that's such a good point, because that is kind of a weird timeline. It kind of reminds me of like the Bo Burnham, Phoebe Bridgers, Paul Mescal timeline that like seems also very like quick turnaround time.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were accusing her of cheating, correct?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we'll see. I guess like Eve Jobs isn't in like the media, so maybe he moved on to Selena. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about another couple. I just added this into the to the outline, by the way, but okay, Pete Davidson also is dating someone new. Chase Sui Wonders from Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Did you watch that movie?
I didn't. No.
Neither did I, but apparently they played like a couple, so they were a couple on film and now a couple in real life. They've been seen on vacation, at basketball games, at his apartment, everywhere, like in like a mall, kind of like on an escalator. I was like, why are these pictures being leaked?
I find it really interesting. Like, I get the Pete Davidson thing. Like, I think he's cute. I think he's probably really sweet. He's charming. He's nice. But I just don't understand like how you can like this many people this much.
100%. The shine has worn off, because I remember when he first was dating, I think at the time it was like, well, like Ariana for sure, and then like maybe Phoebe Divner from Bridgerton. I was like,
oh yeah,
I was like, okay, he is really like, he's really charismatic. He's super funny. He seems like in touch with himself. He seems like the cool level of celebrity where it's like not too overwhelming, but you're still like living a good life. So I was like, I get the appeal. So he was my like celeb crush for like a month, and now I'm just like, it's too much. It's way too much. I don't know.
Yeah, and
not interested.
I don't know if you're a fan of Cassie David, but I really love her, and I read her book. And like when she talks about their relationship, it was like he was so like into it and like almost like a needy type of boyfriend when she couldn't like handle it, and she couldn't handle the constant need for her to reassure him all the time. And so it really seems like he has kind of like a codependency, or I don't know, something, because the amount of relationships he's been in, and like high profile beautiful women. So he obviously there like is probably a really good guy, but I don't understand how he can like that many people. Like, think of all the people that you've liked in your life. Like it's crazy. And then getting the tattoos and getting the tattoos removed, it's like, okay, well, how can that mean anything? If I thought that whole Pete and Kim relationship was like insane, and then the tattoos and the branding, I was like, what are you doing?
Totally. But you're right, this kind of like codependency and like love bombing stuff, where it's like really intense, really fast, and then fizzles out, doesn't seem like super healthy or like something that I want to be a part of. And when they were at the beach, because they were again spotted on vacation, people noticed, and like this is against, when you really think about it, you're like, this is so fucking creepy, because I was looking at zoomed in photos of like his neck where he had the like Aladdin, and then it was like the infinity symbol, and then the jasmine. And there was like pictures of like the tattoo, and then now, so he got it removed obviously, but it's like, this is so creepy when you're thinking about it, that it's like I'm looking at like long lens like shots of someone on vacation in the water, like in the ocean, like
Yeah.
and I'm just like on my phone, like zooming
And now
in.
we're talking about it like too little. Like,
I know, and now we're discussing it, and now people are listening and want to listen. Like this is just like, it's so weird when you like really look at it, but I don't know. I just like think every relationship with him now is fake or PR,
Yeah.
and
I was really
Yeah,
like when they were all saying like PR with him and Kim, like I was like that to me that takes his cool factor down so much. Like why would
I
someone like
know.
Pete do a PR relationship like this? Like but like the more that came out about it, I was like, well, are they? Because it just seemed like the weirdest match ever. I know everyone was like on board, and I was like, I don't. This is like I was like, what would Kim want to do with Pete, and what would Pete want to do with Kim? Honestly, like what would they have in common? I don't know.
Totally. And now that we see again more girls that he's dating, like Chase, I think Chase is like tattooed and again like very cool girl and looks more like his type.
Yeah.
Like it's like that makes sense to me. So
Like two like little like scene kids or something, like as opposed to
totally
like, Kim, who is just like so self-absorbed and like
I know.
I think she like is actually like a really sweet person, probably, and like that's what all her fans and everyone that meets her says. But yeah, that was just like a weird match.
Such a blur. Apparently though, this is why the discussion again is like still up in the air. Chase is also in a upcoming Peacock series that Pete is producing, I think, called Bupskis. So that's like another piece of the puzzle. So it's like
interesting.
I think that they fit more like personality wise. She's also like definitely like an up and coming it girl.
Okay.
Because she was in Bodies, and then she was in another TV show. It starts with an R, like Revolution or something like that, Renegade. And apparently she was like the scene stealer. So yeah, like apparently everyone really liked her from that. And it's again nothing that I had watched before, so I'm not super familiar with her. But so I don't know. I'm like, they seem like they're a better match, but then they're in projects together. So, but then it's like, it's easy to like your coworkers because you're, working intimately all the time with them. So
let's both give an estimate of how long we think this one will last.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. I don't know. Kim and Pete, quote unquote, lasted like 6 months. So I'm going to give this more than that. Yeah. So I'm going to give this 8 months.
8 months? Okay. How long have they already been hanging out? Do you know?
Like weeks.
Okay. Okay. It's January. I give it until June, July.
Okay. June, July. And I'll say so 8 months. So like September. Okay. Good luck, you two. So the next thing we're gonna chat about is Shakira. Are you a big Shakira fan?
I'm not like a huge Shakira fan, but obviously like loved, her songs when I was like or whatever, and like watched that video of her in the desert like a million times.
Me too.
But I haven't really like kept up with her really like I'm not like super like I didn't even really know about her and this guy. And he's apparently like really famous in his own right? He's a soccer player.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah,
because everyone's like Piqué, and I was like, Shakira is the get in this relationship, but yeah, apparently he's a really big deal in the soccer world.
So I wasn't really like aware until like all this like cheating stuff started coming out and everything. Are you a fan?
Yeah, I feel like also the same. Like obviously, like She-Wolf, and like I definitely like her music, but yeah, I'm not like seeking out Shakira's music. I liked her Super Bowl performance with J-Lo.
So good.
I think she's super talented. She's beautiful. I didn't know that she had this extremely petty side to her. So again, I heard that they weren't officially married, but they have 2 kids together. They've been together for like over a decade. He's a football player and she is obviously a singer. So huge star power. They have 2 kids together. And allegedly he was having an affair with a girl named Clara Chiamarti, who is a model. And she's 23. He's 35. And apparently Shakira found out by there was a half-eaten jar of strawberry jam in their fridge. And she's like, hey, well, Gerard and the kids don't eat jam, so like you must be cheating on me.
Yes. And then I saw these people making videos like putting Sharpie pens on all their stuff, and I'm like,
yes, yeah, like the levels.
you guys,
yeah.
if you start doing that, it's time to leave.
That's what I said in my last episode, because I covered this like super briefly, but I'm like, if you are seeing a bottle of jam or a jar of jam and you're like, I think he's cheating, like it's time to go already. Like pack your bags. It's just crazy how this is how like this information got to us, that she was
like, this guy has balls, because what person cheats on their wife or their girlfriend of 11 years with 2 children in the family home?
I know. So, because she was away, like, filming something or working on something or whatever. So, she was gone for, like, 3 weeks. And then, so I guess, like, is the girl having, like, breakfast there? Like, like, you're letting... So it's like, oh, we'll keep your jam here.
Like, you're letting her have toast. You're letting her have Shakira's jam. Like, no. Like, go see somewhere else. Don't let her come into that. Like, obviously the cheating is awful, and like that's where we should start, but like it makes it even worse that you're doing it in her house. And also, didn't someone say that they were looking up like an old Zoom call or something that she was doing, and she was like walking in the background? He was like on a Zoom, and someone ended up it's like, oh yeah, this is like it's like Tristan Thompson style. It's like, why are you being so reckless and stupid? Like,
100%. It's so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. And like that girl too. Like, what are you doing in their house? Like, no, like that's like low level, like to be doing that for sure.
Totally. And it's also interesting because I want to know like the follow up, because like, was it really her eating the jam? Because like I feel like it was like, okay, like the housekeeper or like the nanny or something like that.
Yeah, because is that really how this all blew up? Like,
like, is she sleeping over and then making breakfast? Like, that sounds like a relationship. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It just seemed so weird. I don't know. But then he was seen with Irina Shayk this week. So then I was like, okay, maybe he's just like dating around, or maybe they're just friends, and I don't know. Or maybe he's just kind of trying to start drama and like headlines. Yeah. Because Irina was seen with Kanye West right after that divorce. So I'm like, that girl is...
I thought she was back with Bradley Cooper. I thought they were like giving it another go.
Oh my God. Really? Giving it another go? Interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, she was with...
I don't know. Yeah.
So crazy that Kanye got married, but
oh my God, I know. I like literally, I haven't even said one word about it on this podcast. I'm like, I'll just wait till something else happens. I still like don't believe it's real because it's so insane.
Yeah, and he like got married and like no one cared. Like everyone was like, okay, yes, like you're weird, like enough. Like just like, why would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But if other things like happen, like she's hanging out with the kids or something like that, like I'll talk about it then.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's good. But yeah, her song, the song, like especially because this song came out at the same time that Miley Cyrus's Flowers came out, like that is the way to do an awesome song, the Flowers one. Like it's so empowering, and like she's still like calling him out. She's calling Liam out. I mean, if you're gonna believe all the Easter eggs and everything that she's laying out in the music video and in the song. And this one's kind of just like, I don't know. It's just not giving the same.
I agree. Like it's a good song in general, but like the lyrics are so specific. I hate when like even sometimes Taylor Swift does this where it's like it's so specific that it's not general enough. So it's like when I'm singing this in my car or whatever, it's like I'm not resonating with this.
Totally.
So like for example, one of the lyrics is literally, you left me with your mom as my neighbor. Because I guess they were neighbors and he left the family home and she put a witch, like a Halloween decoration on her balcony facing the mom's house and played this song on repeat. Like So weird. Some of the other lyrics were you traded a Rolex for a Casio, which I think is like a good, like that's pretty scathing. But then Gerard got a sponsorship deal with Casio watches.
Like after the song was released?
Yes, and was seen at an event with a Casio watch. So I was like, fuck, he like got the upper hand, like for sure.
And also like smart marketing for Casio.
I know. I was like, I hate you that you did this, but like it's kind of iconic. And then another lyric was you traded a Ferrari for a Twingo or Twango. I don't know. Like it's a type of car apparently.
Oh, okay.
And then he went to an event, to like a red carpet event in one of those cars.
Oh my God.
Like as a joke. And I just like.
And like you guys have kids and like they're going to like.
I know.
One
they're
day,
going to
Yeah.
Literally. He could be our Pettyweight Champion of the week, or they could, but
yeah.
we have another one in store. But yeah, and even the music video contained, you know, the fridge with the jam and a severed head in it. She just like went all out.
Oh my gosh, I never watched the video, so that's news to me. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but she's making good money on like even just the YouTube views apparently. When I wrote this outline, so this past weekend, so it's probably more now, but she's had almost made $1 million just on, how many people had viewed the YouTube video. So crazy. She's doing just fine in general.
Yeah. Did you see Not Skinny But Not Fat post his Instagram feed? Gerard?
No.
She was making fun of him because like he just posts the exact same looking selfie like 30 times in a row.
That's so classic of just like a guy that doesn't know how to do social media.
Like boomer
That's
style.
So funny. Yeah, very much so. I love that. Okay, let's talk about Aire Webster. So after a year of like, it's almost his 1-year birthday, but Kylie finally released the name of her son. So it's Aire, spelled A-I-R-E. She clarified on like a fan account that it's pronounced Aire because I was saying Aire.
Yeah, me too. I was like, okay, Aire Webster. Yeah,
which, no offense, I kind of like Aire more than Aire.
Yeah, and like apparently, I don't know if you saw underneath the post of him, but like it means something else in
Arabic,
but it means like penis or something, and like they were all writing it underneath the name like that it means something like that.
Okay, I saw this video too, and I think it was in Arabic. Is that true or fake that it means penis?
I think it must be true if they were all saying it.
I would die. I guess it's like that is like that happens in
and like that's not what it
languages.
means ours, so I got like
yeah. It's like fanny pack, and like fanny means vagina in like the UK and Australia, but we say it as for like, you know, belt bags and stuff. Like I don't know, but it's I don't know. It's not my favorite name for a kid. It kind of sounds like Air, like H-E-I-R. So I kind of thought maybe it's like a twist on that.
Like Prince William, Harry style.
Yes, is like the Air. People have said it's short for billionaire. People also on TikTok were saying that it could be after her makeup artist, Ariel.
That would be,
or is it Ariel or Ariel?
I thought it was Ariel, or maybe it is. No, maybe it is Ariel.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he has been like her longtime makeup artist, and so like maybe it's a nod to him. Like I have no idea.
But it is funny, like stormy air, like so now. Like...
Stormy and Air, just the weather is just so like. It's so cringe. What do you like best? Like, do you prefer Wolf to Air, or are you just like a none of the above?
I didn't mind Wolf, honestly. I liked Wolf, and like I think Wolf Webster sounds nice. I'm really wondering, like, I mean, I've talked about this a lot. Like, I was very confused about why they weren't posting the boys and posting the girls, and then for her to just post him like on a random Saturday afternoon with photos in his name. Some people were saying that maybe Travis Scott's going to announce another. Did you see that? I think it was on The Blind somewhere. Yeah.
Yes. That was like, I feel like that is such a like crazy blind. Like that's not just being like, oh, this person did cocaine at a party. Like this is like serious.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you're right. The blinds say that his longtime girlfriend, Young Sweet Roe, who, you know, has been apparently with him for many years, and all the blinds say that Kylie and Travis haven't been together for a really long time, or they're in some type of just like co-parenting relationship, and that maybe Roe is pregnant, and that's why they like allegedly broke up on New Year's, and then why she is maybe just going ahead and posting the baby's name.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting too. So her like kind of roundup that she did, I think it was like a New Year's post. She deleted the photo of her and Travis in it.
Yeah, like that I feel like is brutal too, that you like went back and edited. Like that means more to me than even just like posting the name.
Yeah, so to like that going back and deleting that, like I think that there definitely is probably like something going on for sure.
Totally.
You about Sweet Roe and like what you think about it.
Oh yeah, like I kind of believe all of that's true. Maybe I'm just a sucker for, you know, this type of gossip, but like the way that she was posting and how she was at his music video, and how they have pictures from like 10 years back, like I don't know, it does have more validity than just like a random made up rumor.
Like I totally thought it was true too, and then so many people were saying like that girl's crazy, that's not true, like nothing she's saying is true. And I was just like, there's too many things that are like lining up that are making it seem, and like especially the old pictures of when like he posts something and she posts something and it's like in the same place. Like I feel like there was too many of those as well. Maybe
totally
they're photoshopped, I don't know, but I really believe that like he always had her, and then like Kylie was almost like the side to that, which like seems like a crazy thing to say, but I don't know.
100%. Or again, like, yeah, she was more on the side, and then he saw the benefits of continuing a public relationship with her because of her fame. Like, I don't think I would have known, and maybe this is a disservice to him, but I don't think I would have known him if it wasn't through Kylie, because like I didn't know any of his music or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just
I think like,
and then
yeah, and I think like to your point a little bit ago, like I don't ever feel like they're in a relationship. So when they announced that they were like breaking up, I was like, were you guys even together? Like, yeah. And then they posted that really like beautiful spread. I think it was in W Magazine, of like those really like really nice photos. I think she's pregnant and then there's Stormy's in them. The magazine printed like that they're not together, they just co-parent. And then Chloe's like, what? That like she wrote a comment like that. No, that's like not true. Like they're together. They have a beautiful relationship. And I was just like, I don't think so. Like I think the magazine's probably telling the truth, but like why would Chloe go against and say that? Like I don't know how that machine works. They like everything they do is like for public.
And that magazine shoot was pulled from the stands and then leaked. It was not supposed to make it to the stands because of it was right after Astroworld, and they wanted to seem like a like cohesive unit, I think. So and then Chloe commented on it. Yeah. And I thought that was weird because she was like, they misinterpreted it. But I'm pretty sure your publicist would have final say over the article, would like read it over first. Totally. And that was like the whole gist of the article, was that they were in like some type of open relationship, or like were co-parenting, not romantically linked, or whatever it said. So it just made no sense to me. And I don't even see really the Kardashians in any normal relationships. Like maybe Travis and Kourtney, but like I just feel like you reach some level of fame like the Kardashians, or like, and you can't have a normal relationship. So yeah, I don't know.
No, totally. For me, I see, it's like, I think we talked about this before. I don't know if we talked about this, but it's like when the Tristan news broke, and the first thing that Kourtney said was, this is so reckless. As in, like, he's doing this in public, he's embarrassing her. And I think that, like, for her to say that as the first thing is, like, do what you want, but don't get caught and don't embarrass us, you know? And I think that that's, like...
100%.
I think that's the relationships that they've kind of had all along, sort of thing, it seems like. Like, the guys that the men that they have picked.
Yeah. I think the last thing I'll say about their relationship and the Kardashians is like, yeah, I agree that it's like, don't embarrass the family, because even the Kanye stuff, I feel like all of these like anti-Semitic views and stuff like that, he's probably had them the whole time, but it was like they weren't public. And then they reached a point where it was like, okay, you're being so reckless and we can't like PR our way out of this.
Yeah.
So you have to like go. And I feel like that is the same almost, I don't know, maybe with Tristan. I guess they kind of still hang out with him. Scott even like.
Yeah. Like they just like.
I don't know.
Like I think like when I think back to it and everything, and like, did Courtney, like, I think she knew what was going on, but she was really pissed about it. But like, she still was with him for so long, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even when he came to Calgary and he was doing like my girlfriend used to work at Cowboys, and he was doing a Cowboys thing, and he was just acting like beyond inappropriate, like no, in no way acting like a boyfriend, right? Like I think on the road.
Yeah. Ugh, so bad. But yeah, I feel like it's like they put up with a lot until it reaches like the public, and then they you know, have to cut ties. Yeah. Or whatever.
Cut ties.
Yeah, or whatever they're doing with Tristan Thompson still. Before we move on, I have to ask about the lion dress that Kylie wore to a fashion show this week. Like, what was that?
So, okay, when I first saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, number one, like, first thing I thought was like, she's gonna get a bunch of shit for this. Second was like, okay, she was very specific on the caption that it's like fake, it's not real. But I think like what went through all their minds when she was doing it? Like, they know she's gonna get heat, so is it just like another thing for people to talk about?
Yes.
Like, I think because
I think that's yes.
Like,
I think that's the answer.
It's like, what, like, everyone has talked about every single thing about us, so like, what's one more thing that I can do? I did see someone's take saying that like it's a good way to show that like you can do fashion and be fake or whatever, but like it was ugly. Like, it's not cool. Like, it's not a pretty dress or anything like that. And I don't know. I wasn't like, I was just like, of course, like you guys are just like such attention seekers. This is so attention seeking.
I know. Like, of course, that's the dress from the collection that you chose. It was so weird because the night before she was in like a blue outfit and she looked so beautiful. Yeah. Her like skin looked beautiful. Her like makeup was like toned down. So she looked, it's funny because everyone was like, oh, she looks so natural. And I was like, there's literally nothing natural about the way that she looks.
And I was talking, like, I think, I don't know if you listen to the Ariel Laura podcast.
No.
She's really open and honest about all the plastic surgery and everything that she does. And she was talking about Ozempic, and she was saying that like she's in the Hollywood world. Chuck Lorre is the creator of The Big Bang Theory and everything like that. And she was saying like they're definitely all on Ozempic. Plus like other, you know, like the best chefs, the best trainers.
Yeah.
It's interesting talking with her and stuff like that or not talking with her, but listening to her podcast, because she talks about all these procedures and everything that she has done. And almost to the point where like, it stresses me out how much she's gotten done and like how much they all get and how like we'll never be able to like achieve that look. And so like for you to sit there and be like, oh, she looks so natural. Like, do you know how many things she has done? Like so many procedures, like countless. Like I bet you like so many. And Ariel has like talks about them and has them all and everything like that. And she doesn't look like Kylie looks, you know, like Kylie looks the extreme. Anyways, I just thought it's just interesting to have someone like kind of in that world be so open and honest and talk about everything that she's had done. But I thought Kylie looked beautiful, but definitely not natural.
Yeah, totally. And it's interesting also because when she first had her baby, she was like photoshopping all of her pictures a lot, or even like maybe not going to events but pretending that she was there.
The pretend premiere, like the length.
Like, did we forget about that? Like, this is like fucking wild. Like, sometimes I feel so insane, like foaming at the mouth, because I'm like, they faked that they were at a fucking premiere just because she didn't feel skinny enough to be on the red carpet. Allegedly. Like, I guess I'm putting words in her mouth. But
I
like,
think that is what.
And then,
because it was right after.
Yeah. And then she goes on Ozempic, and now she is in all of the press. Like, it's rich. Like, it's just like, of fucking course. It's so annoying. But yeah, I loved the blue look. I loved like the shoes and everything. And then the lion dress was so weird. Like, it's just weird. I guess like, I'm not a fashion girly or anything, but it's just like, in what world does that look good? Like, it literally looks like she went to the zoo and went through the gift shop. And
No, and like people were having really like strong opinions about it, and I didn't feel that when I saw it. Like, I didn't have like a strong opinion when I saw it. I was just like, oh, like this is fucking stupid. Like, of course she's wearing something so dumb like this. But I didn't have like a opinion about like, this is so gross, this is unethical. Like, I didn't really feel that. I just felt like it was kind of like, this is a stupid outfit, and like, of course you're wearing.
Yeah, because also I knew that it was fake, but it does look like a beheaded
animal.
Real. Like, why? It looks real, and it's like, why do you want a beheaded animal on your, like, I guess it's like when people used to wear like, you know, like furs with like the face of the like fucking raccoon or whatever, like on the,
like gorgeous, like it's not.
Yeah, like what? It's just it's so weird, but I guess we'll probably see a lot of Halloween costumes with the big.
Wait, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like want to.
Should I edit this out?
Just like a little like stuffed animal. That's a really good idea. Yeah, I think you're probably right.
We'll see. Okay, let's talk about Joey King and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Do you follow either of these actors at all?
So Aaron Taylor-Johnson, I always thought was so cute. I first fell in love with him in what was that movie with Nicolas Cage and Chloe?
Oh,
the superhero one
starts with an S.
Yeah, what was that called? Anyways, I just thought he was so cute, and I was like, oh, who's this cute guy? And then I remember looking it up, and I'm like, oh, he's like married to a woman way older than him.
Oh, was it Avengers Age of Ultron? No. He's booked and busy. His IMDb is
Kick-Ass.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was kind of like the first one that I was like,
that you saw him in.
And
agree.
Savages.
Yes. He's really booked and busy. The Kingsman, tons of stuff going on. Bullet Train came out last year.
Yeah.
Anna Karenina, like just tons of stuff. So he is currently 32. He's married to Sam Taylor-Johnson, who I think is a director who's 55. So way older than him. And she used to be his boss on the set of Nowhere Boy. He was 18 and she was 42. So like that's grooming. Like,
I just finished A Teacher. Like, I watched it.
Really? Oh, that's so sad.
And like that, she's 30 something and he's 17 turning 18. Like, it's totally, and if she was his boss, like she's totally in a position of power. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Yeah.
So crazy. And she had 2 like kids prior. So now her kids are 25 and 17 and he's 32. So they're like, stepdad is 7 years.
He's closer to the 25-year-old than he is to her.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. Everyone obviously thinks it's really icky. I think a lot of people online are like, if this was an older guy and a younger girl, we would definitely be talking more about how gross it is and stuff like that. Kind of, that's so true. But like the teacher situation, I feel like the media a lot in those times are like, oh, it's like every guy's dream to date an older woman or like with more experience and like stuff like that. And it's like, that's just not the case. And there was Rumours. So Aaron and Joey worked on Bullet Train together, which came out in 2022. But apparently there is some blind items now that have come out that said they were cheating on their partners with each other. So Joey is engaged to Stephen Pyatt. They got engaged in March 2022. And then, like we said, Aaron is married to Sam Taylor-Johnson. Do you think that they're there's any like validity to that? Do you think that they were hooking up while they were filming, or do you think everyone is just like wishful thinkers?
Where is the blind item from? Like, I think that if it's Enty, then there's probably some validity to it. I forgot that she was engaged because I was gonna say this is probably bad, but I was gonna say like I'm happy for them. Like they're two young kids, and like I think that he should, you know, like how old was he when he married her? Like he must have been like 20 years old.
So young, right? Yeah, I'm not sure, but so young. Engaged. Yeah. I'm looking up the blind of where it originally came from.
Honestly, like whenever there's a blind item, I think there's always some validity to it in some way, and especially if they're like getting picked up more and more. But that's kind of sad if she's engaged. Like I don't know, well, and he's married too, but like that's like a different.
Yeah, everyone like doesn't care. I think that's like the funniest thing about this whole story is, again, usually people are like, oh my god, like the other woman or like the cheater, like whatever, but everyone's like rooting for them to like actually get together. There is, okay, I found the Crazy Days and Night. This is actually like a follow-up, but this is posted from January 20th, so just a few days ago. Yeah. We're recording on the 24th. And it says, what if the wife of this actor who leaked the news he was cheating just so he wouldn't get the iconic role and would have to stay home with the wife? And apparently it was Aaron Taylor Johnson, the cheater, Sam as the wife, and the role was 007, James Bond.
Oh my God, he would have been such a good Bond.
Yeah. I don't know if that has, again, who knows? But yeah, I guess it's Enty that's posting these. Okay.
I feel.
Oh, the original blind was just the day before. Oh. If you had been reading the site, then you would already know the 3 named actor has been cheating on his older wife.
Oh, but Joey, like what? I don't know anything about her fiance, but like,
yeah,
do you like him, or I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea who Stephen Pyatt is. I just miss the days of Joey King and Jacob Elordi. Like, I know. They were so fucking cute. So he's a director. He has directed an episode of Channel Zero, Briar Patch, and The Act.
Oh, okay.
Oh, The Act Joey was in as Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that crazy series.
Yeah. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he becomes Bond, if they get a divorce, and if Joey and him sail off into the sunset.
I think I'd be down for that breakdown of relationships and those two to get together, I think.
Me too. I feel like that's juicy drama.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to Pettyweight Champion of the Week. This is the part of the show where we're going to nominate a Pettyweight Champion of the Week, someone in the media who did something petty and it was iconic. And we are nominating the lawyers in the Taylor Swift Ticketmaster case. So I feel like we talked about this also before, but like, did you get tickets to the Eras Tour? Did you try to get tickets?
So I wanted to get tickets, and like I think I was gonna cap out at like I would spend close to $600. I think like I would like stop at $600. Like that's how much I was like I want these tickets, but I wasn't like a certified fan, and so I didn't even try at that point. So I didn't even get to try at like the regular tickets or whatever. How about you? Were you trying to get tickets?
Yeah, I got tickets to Seattle. But like if she announces Canadian dates, like would try to get those and get rid of my Seattle tickets. Yeah. But yeah, I got Seattle tickets. I paid about 450 Canadian dollars, I think, or around there. And
so much money for a ticket.
It's so much. I talked a little bit on the pod how I had like immediate buyer's remorse. I was like, that's so much money for like 6 hours or whatever. But then when I put it into context, I was like, I never go to shows.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is my favorite artist of all time. I've never seen her in concert, and I like
it'll be
worth music.
It'll be worth it for sure.
So I think I'll be happy. Yeah. I know I'll be happy, but yeah, at first I was like, oh my God, what did I just do?
So you were a verified fan then?
One of my friends who I'm going with 3 girls, and one of them was a verified fans. So we got in and got tickets after waiting maybe like a few hours. But I was still mad at Ticketmaster. And it's so funny talking about this now because I haven't talked about it or thought about it really since like November or whenever this went down. Yeah. I feel like it is kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off. Like I feel upset again.
Yeah.
No, not like, ripping a Band-Aid off, like opening a scar that's not healed.
No,
like,
totally. Like I remember like the feeling I had, I'm like, oh, so I don't even get like a chance to buy the tickets. And then I was like, then they were saying like apologies, like you can't even get it. And I was like, get down on your knees and say sorry. Like this isn't good enough. Like you need to do something else. Like this. And like, it's just, they obviously need to figure out a different system. Like it's just not working, but.
Totally. So what happened was a bunch of fans decided to sue Ticketmaster basically for, you know, almost being misled about the ticket buying process. And just today, so again, we're recording this on January 24th, the Judiciary Committee listened to like the opening, I guess like not defenses, but like speeches for people that actually study law, or like any lawyers are gonna be like, fuck, this bitch needs to like learn some general knowledge about the court system.
You're doing fine. I don't know. I was gonna say like opening state, like I don't know. I don't know what they're
opening doing. Statements, like I don't know, but like it is funny how like a group of fans kind of brought this to court to just really examine the monopoly that Ticketmaster has on selling tickets because I believe they are like a big conglomerate company with like any other service that tries to sell tickets to these really big stadiums, and they don't have much competition and stuff like that. So they can charge whatever they want. And it's becoming unregulated and like unfair. So it's really, you know, brought to light some issues with Ticketmaster. So they had, again, their first like opening statements, and the fucking lawyers quoted Taylor Swift like multiple times.
And like they were, I mean, if you guys, it's been reposted so many times, so like the delivery was horrible. Like they thought they were like so clever and cool. And she's like, what are you guys doing?
It's so cringe. Like, okay, so the ones that they say, they're like, something like Ticketmaster needs to look in the mirror and say, like, hi,
I'm the problem.
It's me. Like, I can't even say that with a straight face. Like, that's so cringe that they were like, let's get them with this zinger. We're going to say, like, we're going to quote Anti-Hero. And then they quoted All Too Well. And I think they did one other one. But it's just cringy. Like, it's so cringy.
I wonder what Tay thinks of it all. Like, Tay, like, we're...
Oh, I bet she is a little cringe. So I bet she's loving this. But... yeah. So yeah, I'm the the third song they quoted was
Blank Space.
Karma. Karma is a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious that for you it's not? Like, why did you need to say that in your opening arguments? Like, what the fuck?
So it's like the people versus Ticketmaster?
Yeah, it's like a group of I think it was like 20 some put this like lawsuit together back in November. And so I think now it's like the people or the public, the government against Ticketmaster. Obviously we're Canadian, so it's different for us, but
I really
bear with us.
I really hope she announces Canadian dates. Like I really hope she does, but I don't know.
Same.
If if they don't figure it out, if like the same thing would happen or what.
Probably. I don't know if they've resolved anything. It doesn't seem like they really have. So yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it seems like maybe not Canada next, but it seems like the rumors are South America next. So we'll see. Maybe we just don't have the stadiums, like the stadium size. I don't know. And Canada's so big. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Nervous though.
No, but you'll have so like you got tickets.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that was like, I have to acknowledge my privilege as a Taylor Swift era's ticket holder. So
Like that'll be it'll be an amazing show. Like I think they said like for what the demand is, she would have to tour every day for a year nonstop or something like that. Like that's how many people want to see her.
100%. That's the thing, is like the size that she needs to be able to, like, she can't go to little venues. Like she has to be at the biggest ones. Like so.
And Calgary is like our stadium sucks. We've been trying to get like a new stadium for so long, so it's always in
okay.
But Edmonton,
whatever,
it's fine. But
yeah, and that's weird though, because I feel like the Flames, they would want.
Yeah, it's been like this
big,
ongoing battle for a really long time. But yeah, ours is like we need a new one so bad.
Yeah, I guess irregardless, if she comes to Vancouver, I'd be traveling anyways, so I might as well go to Seattle.
Yeah.
Get another Target run out of it.
Yes. There you go. Jealous.
Okay, finally, it's time for This Week in Petty, where we're going to share a story about something that happened to us in real life that we're petty about. I'm super petty this week about, I went to Starbucks. So I had to go into work this week. This week, it's Tuesday. This was yesterday. I went to work yesterday to my office, and I went to an exercise class, like a bar class before. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to, like, I can't wake up and drink coffee before that. So I'll get a coffee en route. I'll stop at Starbucks. So I go to Starbucks and I order a grande vanilla latte with the vanilla cold foam on top, like the sweet cold foam or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, scan your card. And I like scan my card and just like walk to the where you pick up the drink, like not looking. And then I like look at my phone and I was like $7. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? $7 for like literally 4 sips of an iced coffee that I'm gonna slam in 10 minutes, like driving to work. It was painful, but it's because I added syrup and I added the cold foam. I was like, why did I do that?
No, it's so crazy. Even I was going through the Starbucks lineup with my friend on Saturday going to skiing, and he never gets Starbucks. And he
he probably died.
I was like, $7? What's wrong with you? And I was like, it is what it is. Like, it is insane. Like, it's $7 for a coffee. Like, I mean, that's a whole other thing, but like how Starbucks managed to make something like coffee so iconic is,
I know. Do you remember, like, I was like, I feel like the last time I looked or cared about the price, it was like, oh, it's a $5 latte. Like, this is annoying that I'm paying $5 for this, but whatever. And now it's like, oh, it's just $7. Like, I'm paying half the price just for these fucking add-ons. So I guess my next Starbucks, when people are like, what's your Starbucks order? Yeah, I'll be like, a plain iced latte. Like,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. And even like I always feel like that because you're in BC, right? I always feel like that in BC. I'm like, this PST, like this is like because it's double, right? Is it 10%?
Yeah. Well, our PST, I don't know. Our taxes are 12%, so it's either 7 or 5.
Right.
Whatever the not federal one is.
12, like that's crazy.
Yeah. So brutal. So yeah, I guess I won't be going, like, maybe I'll become a Tim Hortons girly. Like,
I feel, you know what I feel is good? Cheap coffee. Maybe you won't agree with me, but I feel like McDonald's coffee is like pretty good.
Oh my God. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I agree. I will be back to especially when dollar drink days come back this summer. Like, I'll be getting my 105 medium iced coffee from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
The prices are out of control on everything. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen all those egg memes and everything, but eggs are like, a carton is like $8 and it used to be like $3. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, or like I bought a tub of cream cheese the other day and it was like $7. I was like, I'll just do without.
Like, I don't mean no, and I'm like constantly doing that. I'm like, nope, not worth it, not getting it. Like putting stuff that I would normally pick up and being like, no, not this is crazy.
Yeah, like I like about 3 bags of groceries, which is, you know, lunch and dinner for like a week or whatever. It's like $100,
Yeah.
$120.
I spend like $130 a week on groceries, and like I'm one person. Like that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a few months ago, my like financial advisor was like, how much do you spend a week on groceries? And I like estimated, I was like, maybe like $70 or something like that. And they're like, no, like redo the math. And I was like, oh, it's like 120.
No. They like, no.
They're like, in 2015, it was $70.
Like call you out.
Like, yeah, totally. But yeah, I just, even like buying a block of orange cheddar cheese, I'm like, this is a treat.
Yeah.
So
Treat. Which it shouldn't be. Like we're living, these are tough times.
Yeah. Like it should be a treat when I'm buying like a fancy soft cheese or something, not like standard cheddar.
From like the fancy part of the store.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even go there anymore. Like it's so sad. Our lives are so sad now.
So sad.
Okay, this was super fun. We covered like a billion
Yeah.
things.
Sorry, I tend to go off like in tangents about things, but yeah, we did.
No, I love it. Where can the listeners find you and anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, so if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, we're super active on there. It's at why are you so obsessed _. That's pretty much the only platform we're really on. And then you can find our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, at why are you so obsessed.
Nice. Everyone go check it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And there you have it. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you to Kelsey for joining me on today's episode. If you haven't already, you can follow me on socials at RTBP Podcast. Slide into those DMs if you have an episode topic you would like covered. Did you know you can leave a voicemail? Speakpipe.com/ready-to-be-petty if you have a question or a comment or, I don't know, anything for the podcast. And then, as always, you can leave a review and rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, which I appreciate so much. I hope you are all safe and healthy out there. As always, I'm your host, Torry, and I'm ready to be petty. See you soon. Bye.